I saw a video about the idea that most blacks today are mentally retarded. And Jesse Lee Peterson, which I agree he's mentally retarded too. I gotta make a video about this. Okay, now part of the argument, I say part, not 100%. I do believe that, not because of a black DNA, the condition of slavery, and since the condition of slavery has not been passed down since his generation, Jim Crow generation, and baby boom to today. See, when you was coming up, see, I was born in '79. Now, I maybe was not born when you was born, or maybe whatever. But I read history, and also I put the history today and the past and my experience in one box and see how it goes. As I examine this, I was born in '79, and both my parents are not married today. Okay, I don't have kids. I'm almost 40. I'm not the perfect one, but what made me not want to fornicate and make a baby as much, maybe that, yeah, I live a separate life. We all screw up in there, but maybe the reason why I'm glad I didn't have a child without doing whatever is because of my Catholic Christian faith. Okay, I'm not a Protestant. When I was a Protestant, it was a different competitive interpretation. Once again, personal interpretation of scripture had no prophecy. In Second Peter chapter 1 verse 20-21, people to source scripture on instruction. It was competitive. One people believe that you can't do this and that. So I went church shopping at 13 years old, and that's when I became. Yeah, I'm not perfect. I am in the church day, whatever, but because I don't like the diocese here. But I still hold on to my faith. I can't wait for the behind some people and who in position of power get out. Okay, so but I would like to move to another city and start going to church for real. I don't like the South too much. South is tainted. Even the true religion is tainted with because remember they don't have power here. The white Protestants do. That's the difference. Up in New York and everything, it's different. But here in the South, the authorities in the church take sides with white supremacy here, not because of doctrine issues, no, of an individualistic, individual issue. And what I noticed that they're scared to even not only attack white supremacy, which is you have those who are participating in who happen to be white or those of minority groups, or even African descent, but you also they're afraid to attack even anti-Catholicism. They would not like me how I go hard against anti-Catholicism and how I tell you I hate Protestantism. They don't want to go. It's scary. They say I'm being too hard. I don't care if they're being too harsh towards me by my religion. So therefore, I grew up with that faith. Okay, now the reason I brought that up because when I was coming up, and me and my dad don't get along, he told me bears the bees, and he told me to go out and make babies. He didn't tell me wait till I was get married. Okay, when I became a Catholic, that's when I learned about that. Of course, the Baptist church, they was afraid to talk about it. I'll never forget, even, and this is a white person talking about this, when I used to listen to Ed Young's son on back in '97, and I was going through a lot of spiritual things, and I happened to listen to some Protestant evangelical stuff as well. And what happened is the second Baptist Church here in Houston, what's the Ed Young's son, was saying that the church back in those days, the Baptist church, even other churches, were afraid to talk about the issue of sex. So you understand that when the integration happened, nothing wrong with integration. It's the people messed it up, okay? Messed it up with integration, not because integration is made for a good cause, but just like the internet people mess with things. Okay, on the internet people mess with anything, people mess with a car, people mess with shoes, whatever. The mindset caused a lot of problems, not the idea. During the time I'm born '79, right? That's when sexual revolution was going on, and this when integration happened. And I remember hearing people who are older, who are African American, would say that when they saw white people having these sex parties and stuff, and not all white people do this, okay? Then they felt that they felt out of place in a way, so they started getting involved. And you even look at them old black exploitation pictures. That's when, of course, there have been sexual innuendo in the African community. But remember, by it being very religious, um, they would try to avoid like against homosexual sexuality, fornication, cheating, divorce, whatever. They try to keep. That's why that he grew up like that. But when the '60s and '70s came in with sexual revolution, when they made the pill, they made abortion legal. They had the Stonewall situation. They can depends about who can practice same-sex relationships, you know, about have sex with same sex. They can do that no more. They can limit it legal. And remember Disco 54? So I born at the time with Disco, and then they had Disco 54. And if you hear about the documentary, you know they had cocaine, drugs, sex, and this was all colors of people. You had African American, you had Hispanic, you had white, you had, you know what I'm saying, dark, light, you know what I'm saying, you had Asian, all these Americans of different colors going to disco every night, get high, have sex, you know what I'm saying, get their freak on, whatever you can call it, okay? Like in the 90s, we just swerve on. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They'll do thank you and get they thank you and get weed, well they had kush then, but before they made it to crack was for late 70s, but it started getting big in the early 80s. Okay, before they get all that, and that's what the idea to have all these orgies, boogie nights. Okay, so I grew up, I was born into that moment. Okay, I'm the Generation X. So we were born with, with no two-parent household. My grandparents on my dad's side raised me. And it wasn't just the African Americans in the community. And I'm a multiracial identified. I have multiracial background. My parents are not pure black. My background is African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, Indian American. I identify as multiracial. But y'all know those who identify as black and white. You have people, who did not. And I say everybody, but you had people of all colors who had children out of wedlock. So, they are pointing out the African American. The difference between that a lot of African American people do not believe in abortion compared to white women. White women who are out there doing the thought and things, we call it, they will go out and abort the baby or take birth control pills. Sisters will take pill but not take birth control pill. And that's the whole reason why, okay? So, but then when Planned Parenthood came into the African American community and said, excuse me, you had probably, just like Marcus had said back in the day when they had families. Remember, a lot of African American people back in the day mixed the pure population started to go away in the 1920s. But the, people, dark, light, whatever, have mixed DNA who identify as black, okay, a colored Negro at the time, they were married. But Margaret Sanger, with her movement, said that if you if you keep on having babies, you can't blame the white man for segregation. You in private because all these babies, so we'll start giving you some birth control. Okay, that's what started that, okay? All right, and you remember back in the day, it was the Black Panthers who was against abortion. What's the name? Jesse Jackson, who is mixed. His dad's a high yellow mulatto. Had the one high. His mother, I think she about my color, part black and American descent. She had an affair with high yellow mulatto man. That's Jesse Jackson's daddy. And he had money. And I remember watching on Black and Catholic on EWTN back in 2003. I don't forget this. Miss Greer, Dolores Greer, that's her name. She's a part of the Republican Association. That I remember her and his high yellow brothers on there back in 2003. Okay, after I saw Get Your Freak On, Work It with Missy at the turn on MTV that I put on EWTN. I don't forget. Okay. I had to put it in. Okay, and I was 23 going on 24. Okay, so what happened is they said Jesse Jackson was against abortion too. Okay, because he almost got aborted because that high young daddy he is was going to who's mulatto, who's the high prestigious, who passed the paper ballot test. They were the light brown paper that they call it like it is. They was going to abort the baby, but the mother, who black and Native American, chose not to abort the baby. Talking about Jesse Jackson, and he was against it. But when he would run for presidency, that's the reason why Planned Parenthood funded his campaign. That's when he changed his ideology. Okay? So before you start saying that mentally retarded, a lot of us have mental issues, and I go back to slavery days. Yes, slavery died, but our people, besides our white cousins, okay, who in control, because we got white DNA, our people of African, dog, light, camel, whatever, kinky curly hair, straight hair, blue eye, whatever, they passed this mess to the next generation in Jim Crow and on to the integrated society after Jim Crow ended. And that's why me and them say, not me, me and them say, that segregation need to come back. No, we don't go to economic default. We have businesses, but you had to pass a light brown paper bag test. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, y'all talk about that. Even when Beyonce daddy, who dog skin, told DJ Flash and Fisk HBU, Fisk University, he can go in because he's an athlete. But if he's a regular dog skin man, he can go to their parties down there. That's a Cocoa Black College. Y'all talking about say no girl. I'm the one. The sister. My heart goes out to she win her case against the white racist thought who was putting stuff in her food and stuff down in Connecticut. That white woman passed. Her white parents came in. Lord have mercy. Okay, y'all talking about he should go to the sister, the one who's called Jamaican Barber. She should go to a black college. Well, you don't think they had pay by that and who a dog and who please, and fighting going on, that goes on, that go on every day, don't get wrong, but it was going on, even like my grandmother on my dad's side, she a little darker than me. That's one who mixed with black and Native American, one who raised it black and Native American in English, and she a mahogany color. She told me in her color school they ain't have dark chocolate like India Ari color. They didn't have them unless they were petite. You had to be Hershey, who's a milk chocolate, like Kelly Roll complexion, all the way up to high yellow like Mariah Carey and Paris Jackson. Thank you. That sure was in the colored, the colored, the colored schools. Okay, so anybody call it like it is. So you don't think that they were passing that mess to us? Thank you in this generation. Okay, so that's why that you say we're mentally retarded. It's not genetic. Stop being a white. You are Jason L. Peterson. You are mentally retarded. You let white supremacy fool you. You don't examine it. Okay, and you don't think no slave master was mentally retarded too? And Davis, I'm glad the root. I love the root, even though people got mad about that Jamil Hill article that she defended from that brother saying about. Okay, I don't care if it's on by Univision. Shout out to Univision to the root. Okay, accurate. See if people start trying to attack other, but maybe you can have your own publication as well. Attacking Univision. Well, the root revealed that in the South, it's a lack of education. Sure is. Let me drink that coffee. You surprised as me as a Southerner. I know a lot of knowledge. I went outside the classroom when we were teaching history. Because remember, by my mixed heritage, it didn't match the history they was teaching us. So something told me to go to the library and learn about my mixed background and about the true history they didn't want to teach in school in the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant male dominant schools. Even though we was a mix of colored schools or minority schools, mostly African, Hispanic, whatever, they still had white people in those districts and still in charge. And they were teaching us a distorted history that served their agenda. And that's why I said, recognize this don't match my history. This don't match my background. That don't match. No, it don't match none of that stuff. No, it don't. No, it don't. No, it don't. No, it don't. It don't match none of this stuff. It don't match. It don't match this. It don't. But grandma said okay, that okay, hold on. Let me go to the library and read about that. And that's what I found out. Now, why you see I identify as multiracial? I found out they want us to know who we really are. Just like the Janet Jackson song, history here for me, find my identity, so I never feel that I'm somebody. And New Agenda, okay, with Chuck D, okay, and that Janet album, I love that song. Now, that's why something told me don't listen to what them people saying at school. These folks lying. They edit their history, they distort their history. That's the reason why. So in the South, okay, if you have white folks who educate you who have a lack of knowledge. Yeah, they go to college, but they still hold on to their miseducation they learned from home. And me African people in the South and up north too do the same thing. Everybody do this up north, but y'all have more advanced education up north than here in the South. Okay? You gotta go to the library, the college library. Yes, learn about this stuff. They don't teach this stuff in school. Why do you think when I was in, which I'm planning to go back to college, when I paid $700 to my school, my white teacher on the college online when I made a 90 on my U.S. history class. I did Black and Native American history, okay, Afro Native American history, because it's about Native Americans, African Americans, women, or immigrants. And I said no, I'm gonna do both because I have Native American, African American in. And I passed that test, and I was so jumping down when I was jumping down when I saw my score online. I was jumping down, and they said, "Why are you so happy?" Because I passed. I did. I for real. I came home at 2 o'clock in the morning, praying I don't have to be in the hood because I went to a FedEx to use the computer. I sure did, and because my internet was down, I had my for real, and I did my yes, I sure did. Now, because I thank you. Now, that's the problem. you not telling you as an elder person is not telling young people their history. That's also the reason why so-called we mentally retarded. Then the type of discipline how you raise your kids is slave-minded, whipping your kids. I'ma be real to any comedian tell you the truth about whipping. When I want to get whippings, I didn't want to get whippings. When I'm about to get whippings, I wanted to do something to my family. I'm lucky I'm not locked up on death row. Does it ring a bell? Okay, when the type of discipline y'all was taught back in the day was a slave master's interpretation of the Bible. Let me repeat that again. The slave master's interpretation of the Bible. And they interpret the Bible that you serve them and you're not human, you be treated less than human, and you'll get your milk and honey when you die type Christianity. And Protestant, because I'm not a Protestant no more. And since Protestant has that open door to make your own interpretation that goes against what St. Peter said in 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 20-21, and 3rd chapter 15-17, my question is to you, why you never bothered to read about that? Because that's the reason why that people remain as slaves. Look at the movie Birth of the Nation. I'm not talking about the Jim Crow one, okay? And before you came, I'm talking about the one that came with the man who's same age as me, Nate Parker. We both 79, baby. Shout out to 79, baby, 1979. Thank you, Nate Parker and Keisha Knight Plume and what's her name, Aaliyah, God rest her soul, and Kevin Hart. We all 79 babies. We 79 babies, okay? Nate Parker. What happened to Nat Turner? He was twisting scripture. He was forcing the slave to stay in the plantation because they said this is obey your masters and misinterpreting that verse in the Bible until he got behind whoop. I'm trying not to curse here. You know what I want to say. When he got behind whoop and anything would happen to him, that's when he woke up. And he realized these interpretations of the Bible was distorted. And remember when he was a little boy, what the white woman told him? These not for niggers. These for white people. You ought to read that Bible so they can distort the Bible and put their own agenda in it. And that's what you speak on every day on your show, Jesse Peterson. You have a false interpretation of the Bible. You listen to your white master get what's his name, Code and Falter tell you how to live your life. That's why you're mentally retarded too. The men retarded come from white supremacy. Of course, the white people are white cousins and ancestors, because we not pure black in this country. They dead and gone, but their legacy continue with their descendants who are purely white or claim to be pure. They did pass and got a part of their agenda. You know, we call it the club without them knowing they got a drop of Negro DNA. You know, like what's his name, J. Edgar Hoover did. Okay, because he had. Thank you. Okay, truth of the matter is, you have mental issues too. And me, yeah, I have mental issues, but I'm trying to be a victor, not a victim. People throw that thing at me about me talking about the victimization I went through, that I'm trying to be a victim. No. See, a person who's a victim trying to fight its victimization is trying to find out, examine where it came from, it's net. If I want to be a victim, I would stay where I at and didn't do nothing about it. If you know what I mean, okay? I didn't do that. I'm gonna do something. Okay, I'll do something. Okay, you're gonna get up with voice with me. So, you know what I'm saying? So, therefore, making any sense for you to sit here and say that you're people, because I'm saying that, yeah, we have a mental issue. If your ancestors was forced in labor to other people for 400 years, that's a whole lot of conditions. It's not blame the victim, but their descendants who are white who benefit from that money. Remember, the slave masters made money. That's why they were raping slaves with that one-drop rule. That's why I'm against the one-drop rule. That's why I check white along with black and American, and now I check Hispanic because I found Hispanic origin to let you know what my legacy came from. To remind the history they don't want to teach in school. Okay? And so, thank you. That's why it would make how many slaves you had on the planet. They had children making babies out of wedlock. Children. Worse than R. Kelly Cole. Children, okay? Children was having sex with each other so they can make more babies out of slaves so they can include them in their slave population. You had men having sex with their own mama. Then you had the white master. Now, this is funny. Y'all talk about my Catholic faith up here about the sex scandal, but the Protestant sex scandal already started when they were raping the Native American woman and they were claiming to be Christian. And these are Protestant men, white Protestant. When they came on Plymouth Rock with the Pilgrims, they were raping the Native American before the Pocahontas story came in later on. They were raping a black woman, black little girls. These folks go to Sunday school. When they had, hold on, I want to talk about this during Jim Crow. These so-called Christians, these white Anglo-Saxon Christians, not all, but men down south, will go and sing Jesus and have a Sunday school, Sunday service, and then have a picnic on a tree with a noose on while they eating peanut butter sandwiches and stuff and shot on white power if they were doing. But y'all know I'm talking about. You ain't talking about, but you know I'm talking about. They were mentally ill too. So we learn from our white ancestor too. Now you see why I claim mixed heritage to show the truth. The truth. The Bible says truth will set you free. You got one folks who don't like the truth. The truth can be ugly. Doesn't mean you have to set the truth like it is. You're mentally ill. We get it from our white master. He was mentally ill. People up north who would not like slavery knew the southern people. You ask many white people, that goes to this day. White folks from up north who are not conservative, okay, will tell you that they think white southerners are ignorant and dumb and stupid. And let me take that back. Not only there are those who consider it too. Cause we had a teacher at Job Corps. She a bush loving white Baptist. Her dad was from East Texas. She lived in New Mexico, I think, and she lived in El Paso. She was the only white girl at the brown school, okay, Hispanic school. White Protestant school. Most of the time they were mostly Catholic time, and then I guess the demographic change when the evangelicals started harassing Catholics down there, and they became Protestant, okay, down there in the areas. But she used to, we were Baptist girls who wore dresses, who didn't wear pants. She wore them back. Thank you. And she had blonde hair, blonde. She was saying that in the classroom. Y'all hair blonde. Those Hispanic girls down putting blue color in the eye. Okay, all right. This white woman did not say it. We're talking about the East Texas because her dad was from East Texas and he was a right racist. He did not like that Martin King was in politics. Here we go. Once again, then I said that, Martin King was a Baptist. You had white people who are Baptists, like, for example, Jerry Falwell was again. Here we go. Now, see how I integrate? I learn a lot when I integrate. Okay, she was my teacher at Job Corps. Me tell her all her business because she retired. I think my influence made her retire. Yeah, because we used to get into it sometimes. Anyway. So she never, but the funny part is, she said it herself down there in East Texas, that's some weird white people. I'm like, you learn from them. And she not like white men. Finally, she a bush lover. Her first baby that her husband was a Mexican man, and then it was an Asian man. He's a preacher. I mean, put the business out there. One child looks white, the other one looks like a typical Hispanic, okay? Okay, so she got two mixed kids, okay? I think her daughter-in-law is part white, part Mexican, too. Damn. Sorry to cuss here. Anyway, but her family turned against her because she married a Catholic Mexican-American man. No, I'll be real with you. In my opinion, he not only because of religion, then he was no Protestant, because he was also a person of color. She was taking that white DNA, okay? Taking that white DNA in a Protestant religion, okay? Call it like it is. Taking that white DNA, okay? That's why. Now, yeah, and she was an anti-Catholic. When I debated her in the Bible, she didn't like it, and she not the fact that I said director who's a white Anglo, not Protestant. She's a Catholic. I think she's Irish. That was our interesting. She did not like that. I told her, yeah, I did snitch on her, trying to attack my face. Yeah, yes, I did. Yes, I come to Catholic League. Yes, I did email. I gave them a mail. Yes, I did. Let them know about what was going on in the classroom. We put learn about a business take down your behind child, doctor it up with your false interpretation about. Like, I didn't go through that growing up as a child. Anyway, yeah, I was the worst email. She didn't like, and she thought that there was no black Catholic. Yes, there are. Let's name Shaka Khan. Whoopi Goldberg used to be one. Hold on, Brian Gumble. Bunch of people. Biggie was one. Biggie was thank you. Come on now. The Game. Come on now. It's not all of majority, but we in the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant nation. That's the reason why. Just like in many countries like Haiti, it's mostly Catholic, and also Voodoo. But you have, thank you, and you have Mexico, thank you. That's why. So that's the difference between this is a white, and remember Texas got white Protestantism because of white Anglo-Saxon influence stolen for, thank you. Louisiana was French and Spaniard, and it was thank you. That's why. Now, you gotta know your history. That's why it was different in the South. That's why in Louisiana we can intermarry and get married. Thank you. in Louisiana. The Spaniard governor, do you got some y'all in the family? Because my folk grandfather was some of y'all. Whoever that Spaniard governor was that made interracial marriages legal in Louisiana, if we related, okay, well, we shout out to him. He's in heaven. And my point is, thank you. Thank you. See, I don't know y'all history because the French was going against the interracial, but the Spaniard government came in and made it legal to interact. It was the Anglo-Saxons up north who came to the no, not up north from the northern part. I'm talking about from the south who came to North Louisiana. That's why it's a little culture different from. Okay, they didn't like that and they called them French men, German men, white Spaniard men, crazy Frenchmen because they weren't raping. There was some who did that. Don't get wrong, but you had those who intermarried. Okay, who married dark chocolate black women, mulatto women, black Native American women, and triracial women, and quadroons, atoons, whatever, married, not rape, married. That's why. That's why the Anglo-Saxons didn't like them down there. And that's what I was telling people. We had colorism in the Creole community because of the Anglo-Saxon influence. That's for real. Because folks understand the reason why our culture died out. The reason why we had people passing, the reason why people didn't want to be in the same family in the different shades and stuff because of Jim Crow and slavery laws. Okay? That's what made the Creole community start to want to push their agenda to look close to white. You know what I'm saying? Folks don't understand that. That's why when we see Creole, you see different people, different shades of us. Like myself, I'm not pale like Ella Barge, but I'm not dark chocolate like what's his name? West Nice either. But you got dark chocolate Creoles as well. Okay, Lil Wayne 19. Thank you. Okay, call like it is because they didn't want. Remember. The idea of marrying your cousin, which I don't believe in that, that's nasty, or to keep the family in like Kevin Gates was doing thing, okay, and now that other stuff because they was trying to preserve so their children would not go through the slavery and the Jim Crow and all that. That's why they had to pay bad tax and the comb and all. Thank you, because they didn't want their children go through what they had to go through. They had to pass and keep that a secret and not talk to other families, even the families who do like Mariah Carey. If you're like a white person and you had one job black and then person had lighter skin, but they don't look like a white person. You don't talk. So I'm not agreeing with that. But folks don't look at the idea until Anglo-Saxon white and surprising came to Louisiana influence in their racism, and it was spanking the white Cajun kids for speaking French, or spanking the Creole folk. Thank you, and whooping them too as well. That's that mentality. That's when all this colorism, hairism, and not marrying someone darker, like that's when they came in. Okay, I got to get education up in here. Education. See, if we didn't have that, you would see a rainbow of us, and you will see that, and people be educated. Us Creoles come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, hair texture, or whatever. As long as you have it in your DNA, that's all it matters. But no, when you have people who's trying to whiten their population because they're afraid of their children, that's why I don't get too mad with Mexicans with the Mejor Raza or Latino, because I can understand. And you know what I'm saying? You don't, and even African people have that stuff going on. The idea now having their children, that's what Matthew know. Thank you, and who else? They're afraid their children, you have dark chocolate brothers and dark chocolate sisters, don't want their children to suffer the same racism that they had to go through, or bigotry, or colorism. And that's the reason I'm not defending that. I'm not defending that. I'm just saying you need to understand the reason why. And that's why our culture ended up becoming a culture of genocide, because of the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant racist agenda that came into our state. I got roots in Louisiana from Texas. That's and screwed up, and we had people who couldn't, people who didn't look too exotic, saying they're not Creole, but it's in their roots. They are Creole. They could be dark chocolate and still be Creole, but don't want to admit it because people clown them, because that's the whole reason why. Folks understand. I'm sorry, I miss white Anglo too. God, dog, that white Anglo says a man in this country, damn. Ooh, and I say all white Anglos. I'm talking about the one who doing this mess is like a devil. And that's what got this man over here hypnotized. Like I said, the mental retardation come in when you have a lack of history, when you had destructive way of raising your kids, destructive belief system in religion, destructive everything. And if you don't redeem yourself, like the song Redemption Song that Mulatto, Jamaican Mulatto, shout out to the Bob Marley, said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. If you don't emancipate yourself from mental slavery, you will not, and people suffer a lack of knowledge. Okay, 4:6 of Hosea. Okay, that's the reason why. Okay, Jesse Lee Peterson understanding you in mental slavery. You're mentally ill too. You are mentally ill too. And the reason why the people are doing one thing you don't understand. If folks did not distort the Bible, I'm called like it is. And I know I'm being enterprise on this one, but I'm sorry. Folks, that's why even when I was tracing my white roots to England in 2016, and I saw and started coming in with preachers from the Reformation, I was getting very angry. If people did not distort the Bible, okay, did not put their sinful bigotry and selfish ways in this mess of social complex and a legal complex later on, because that social became legal later on, we wouldn't have this mess going on. Okay? And y'all blame the Africans who, known the white people who partake the slave trade because about money. But look how the damage it caused. I tell people who are Africans who from Africa, they don't like, I met those who don't claim like us claim mixed heritage, and let's just get this who we really are. But that's not my fault when your ancestors gave my African ancestors to my white ancestors. And they messed them over. And the next thing they got mixed in with their DNA and on them in America. That's not my fault. Don't blame me for that mess. Don't you dare blame me for that mess. You blame everybody who all present the white people, the Arabians, the Jews, the Gentiles, the Protestant, Catholic, whatever, the African tribes. No matter what religion, race with us, these were greedy people of all different. It was an international international and interfaith greedy people, and interracial greedy people who only care about money and using human beings. That's what started out to be. Then it became a racial issue here, and people who are affected by that end up being affected from slavery, Jim Crow today. And we have two extremes. You have white nationalism and black nationalism, which is a mouthpiece of white nationalism. Black nationalism is to stay in your place. Anybody black proud, be proud of staying in an oppressed place. Marcus Garvey was being paid and being controlled and funded by the Ku Klux Klan. The lynchings happened in the South because they was trying to get African people to stay in a place. And they needed Marcus Garvey to be a mouthpiece. That's why they had that Klan meeting in June 25th, 1922, with Atlanta, Georgia, with the Ku Klux Klan, Edward Allen Clark. Then also you had another extreme, the other black nationalists. We got the blacks, the Muslims, not the Muslims, the Orthodox. I'm talking about the Nation Islam. They was funded by H.L. Hunt, who was a Klan member, who was a billionaire, who had 19 got JF Kennedy killed in Dallas. He funded the Nation Islam. So before you started, so you have mental issues, all types, from the white supremacists to black nationalist supremacists who ain't pure black, dark, white, or whatever. And then you have this the functional slave mentality of going on. And you actually right. Don't forget the sexual revolution caused that. So when our people integrated, nothing wrong with integration, but the folks felt that they was out of place. And don't forget, the hippies who was having free love and free sex and going on and sex, drugs, rock and roll. I never hearing people older than white people do that mess, and us. But you had people African descent doing that. Then they start bringing it to the same mentality to the hood, and you know what I'm saying, to the ghetto and everything else. And like I say, white women, when they had the feminist movement, they practice birth control and abortion. That's why they don't have kids out of wedlock. They do have kids out of wedlock, but you had those that epidemic sisters chose not to birth their kids until Planned Parenthood told them to abort them because you're empowered because all these kids you're making. Okay? The eugenics movement. That's why I don't defend the Planned Parenthood. Okay? It's about genocide. It wasn't about women's rights to kill a baby. It was about killing the population of African descent and people of color. I'm a pro-life liberal. Let's get that straight. So you gotta understand that a propaganda. Then you have these old hyper-masculine men. They don't contribute the true roles of being a man. The man that you grew up in today. These are men who just make babies. Okay? Deadbeat fathers, pappies, okay? Who get with hood rat mammies, make babies and don't take care of kids, but they want to go ahead and be savage like to their boys. Be no different masters fit a slave. Be abusive and rude. And then you want to know why they don't thank you. So it's a whole other ball game. They're talking about white men doing it, but they the one doing it too. That's why whatever. Okay. If you don't have your character, then I would, and you wouldn't show your character, I would listen to you. But at the same time, I can't listen when you distribute a similar or same characteristic as the white racist person. No matter how degree it was worse, less, not at all. Okay. I don't care. No evil at all. No lesser or greater evil. No evil at all. That's how I live by. Okay. So that's why. So Jesse Lee Peterson, you stop thinking that mentally ill, and because we got one job black DNA and we naturally feeble minded, it's people being forced to be feeble minded, and people who are brainwashed to be feeble minded, and people who are feeble minded who think that they But one thing I want to say about this: if you believe that your heritage is, if you start to do real research, start identify as pure black, my people, stop letting the white racist man identity run your behind. Trust and believe. You don't have to worry about this ideology. You identify as your African American and Native American and European descent. And you will see an eye open when you believe in truth and live in truth. It will set you free. You'll be shocked. I'm telling you, you shocked things you did not know about, whatever. That's why I live by. These people here are brainwashed, and Jesse Lee Pearce is also mentally retarded and brainwashed too. Because he believed that white DNA, I mean, the white people that he listened to are good people. These white race people are not good, but they're mentally ill too. And then going back to the South situation, they say the South has lack education. That's the whole reason why. And like I said, white people, they said the same. White folks, they say white people down there, they can't stand them. I never forget a Mexican, she Mexican and white. She's from Chirac, Chi-Town. I was trying to holler at her. She did a Sugar Land. Her mama white. Her stepdad white. She said she didn't like white people. And I said, why you say that? You part white. We used to talk to each other on AOL back in the day. In 2001. And she said what it is. She said that, no, I'm from Chicago. I'm not from up here. There, of course, there's white race up there too. But she said these rednecks here, these white people put my mom to shame. She said their mentality is different. And she tell the truth. The white people, that's what I said, and y'all talking about me defending Tiffany Jeline. I ain't defending Tiffany Jeline, and I wouldn't go with Tiffany Jeline, but I'm from the South. I seen white racist women talk to us crazy, like sisters talk to us, Aunt Mamas. Thank you. These will be some white, some kind of Aunt Mamas. You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and make that argument they're black, like the Stephen Clark situation. I couldn't. When you go to integrate, you see bad behavior on both, you know what I'm saying, and racist behavior too. So that's the reason why I was telling somebody. See, I tell my sisters, y'all been stuck segregated in one section of the community. You never step out of that community and saw other people, and you only hang with people who have the same similarities that you do. You don't go meet other people who African American like myself who don't have the same similarities you do, who didn't have the same experience. Because one thing I get tired of hearing that we all relate to each other, we don't. Even with my own siblings, I grew up middle class. But my grandparents, on my dad's side, my brother, my sister, and my other brother, the other siblings, they're my half siblings. They grew up poor. They grew up in the ghetto. Okay, they grew up. This what I'm going through now is weird to me. They used to that. You see what I'm saying? And when I come around, I was like the white boy to them. If you know what I mean. And I was made fun of by their friends. I never forget my own brother who by my complexion didn't defend my ass. When the Turbo, that's the black dude in Rambo, toys with Sly Stallone. I had the dark skin brother toy, and I was playing with it had the helmet. A dark skinned brother in the hood. It was at Kennedy Place, sure was. Before they reinvented Kennedy Place and made it to looking good. It was ghetto then. When I was visiting my family on my mama's side, my two aunts, great aunts, they twins. They were staying in the ghetto in townhouse, townhouse ghetto place too. The dark-skinned brother knew the area I was from, so I was on the other side of the area that I'm from the white side, not from the African side, and that's like a white boy to snap, made fun, called me white boy to snap. And it made me cry. I'll never forget that when I was going on 8 years old. My brother did not do shit. The helmet, when he didn't fight that dude, I'll never forget that. The kids picked on me. And it was never forget, it was a dude who's lighter both me and my brother, who was real light skinned with curly hair. He was there, but he was the favorite one in there. But I guess he was hood and looked exotic. That's the reason. But see, I'm not too exotic looking. I'm not dark like that, dark chocolate like that brother is. But I don't have that old ghetto mentality, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, personality goes along with it too. And that really hurt me. It really did. And he made fun of me and stuff like that. I never forget that, and I never forget that into this day. And even when I'm working with African American people on a job, if they came from the hood, you know what I'm saying, and the mentally, not mentally ghetto, not ghetto, because we have smart people in the ghetto who don't buy that, okay? And when they let the white racists brainwash the mental tortation you're talking about, okay, get in their head, I'm working and I take my job seriously. They don't take their job seriously and they look at me strange. So do y'all see my point? So that's why we don't have the same. Even as bosses, they don't see me. I'm like, yeah, I take my job seriously because, excuse me, besides that, favorite hours is dead. Okay? Favorite hours is dead. You don't work hard for your favorite, work hard, you don't get nowhere in life. Okay? And they say it was something given to you. That's why people think that we suck at the government, we on welfare on purpose. Not that I ain't trying to be on welfare, I'm trying to get the hell out of it. Okay? But that's the reason why. So that's why our experiences are different. And that's why I love the fact that to break that stereotype to people so we can be in an educated way. People who stereotype are not educated. They used to be in one side sector of the country, one sector of a population that you're used to, and they're not used to coming out that comfort zone. And so in your case, you was stuck in the comfort zone back in the day of Jim Crow people, but you're not realizing the second in your time when you was coming back in the day when y'all damn disco, I'm sure you was out there making babies out of wedlock too, or potentially doing it too. Because before many, that's why we don't take people serious when we talk about religion. These older cats who grew up in them days was making babies, having sex, you know what I'm saying? Every time they get Friday check, I'm hearing these stories go to disco with what's the things that them coats and those polyester things at night, looking all pimpish or hippie-ish, and go to the club and get drunk, get high, you know what I'm saying, and bring a woman in the bedroom in the hotel. I heard all these stories from older people. These are the same other people that I preach to you about not doing that. And then they still doing that mess. And still, thank you. They ain't repent for that, but thank you. So before you start attacking today's generation, have kids out of wedlock, that started in the 1970s. Okay, 60s, a little bit in 70s. When we stopped practicing marriage. Remember, people thought that marriage, and every white man told me, who was racist, later on, can't stand his behind, told me that white people was not thinking about marriage at the time. So African people who was hanging around these white people at the time, who was out there fornicating, was copycatting these attitudes. Okay? Copycatting these attitudes. You had Hispanic folks doing it too, who Americanized and aged, thank you. You know? And I remember, and what mostly when watching porn, who mostly on the porno thing? White people. When I used to watch Real Sex, and you know what I'm saying, to us minority kids in African American Hispanic school, I was, you know what I'm saying, we were talking about real sex, and we laughed about what these white folks was doing. We was like, dang, we want to do the same thing too. You don't get that. Thank you. We was influenced. I never get watch Real Sex. They said they had a pole. Yeah, I know my Blaxican friend, he black and Puerto Rican. I think he passed. He showed he passed, but he graduated. He was a little bit lighter, but kinky hair. His dad was Mexican and Puerto Rican, and mama African, dark skin. And she worked at the school, and she was about a driver teacher as well, and the counselor down there. Anyway, we was talking about her son and not her, but her son in the English classroom and the other African people and some of the Hispanic was engaged in conversation about sex. It was a substitute teacher was there, and again, Spanish. I think he was religious because he was looking at us strange with a glass. He like a nerd too. The one who was substitute teacher because our teacher was Italian American from New York. And he was out, and we were talking about, yeah, we said all these white folks, they was on the pole, they were masturbate, you know what I'm saying, and we were all laugh. I said, dang, we were talking about how we get our freak on, and what we gonna do, okay, so when we saw white folks, let me say this, since we not pure white, and we don't look white, majority don't, we saw white people doing this on real sex, porn, oh, thank you, it's HBO Showtime. Or we watching 9210, what do you see them having sex? Now they ain't having showing the sex part because it's regular TV, but we know the scene is about sex. Watching One Life to Live, and thank you. I want to be the actor that seen the mixed Tad Martin. Thank you. Sure was on All My Children. That was my favorite character before Noah Michael Craig Hamilton Carr, Keith Hamilton Carr, who played Noah with the long dreads before he came in there. Both of them were my favorite actors. Okay, sure was. And I love me some Dixie. Dixie Carter, yeah, I used to love me some Dixie Carter with her fine set, the white woman down there. And I said, dang, I'm gonna be like Ted, I'll be Ted Martin. You know, this old Winfrey want to be his black girl, she want to be his black girlfriend. Okay, sure did. So Michael E. Knight. So I said, well, if they have a child, okay, well let me play the son. Hey, they had what's Alec? That was Kelly Ruppel's character. That was Alec was going with Alec, not Alec. Alec was friends or either going with Haley because Haley became grown. Okay, it was Trevor on the show All My Children. I remember watching All My Children. Carrie played Haley. That was Trevor's niece. And Adam Chandler was her. Dang, he had so many baby that mom was too. Here we go. Eric can't have many baby and husbands and baby dad. Thank you. Okay, call like it is. All right, these are white people now. Okay. All right. Carrie Ripple's character. Okay. Haley, I think she was dating Alec. And Alec, the white guy, had a baby with Terrence aunt. Okay? Cause Terrence's mother is a kind of darker skin. She's not too dark, she's like a brown skin, like a Mahalo complected. She's an opera singer, I think, and I forgot her name. Terrence, who he was a little bit my complexion, I think, with a flat top. Okay, at the time, probably a little lighter. He was on there, and they was trying to stop. What was Jamal? Jamal was the dark skin one. He was part white, part black. Alec was his white daddy. I don't forget watching this, baby. I don't forget watching this. And Jamal, the brother, was dark skinned. He played the half white, half black child. And weird, okay, to about whipping kids. Guess who believe in whipping kids? The white dad is. Terrence, the sister. Terrence's mama, that's cause they were trying to adopt, cause she married a white man. Showed it. Terrence's mama, she married a white man. What was Montgomery? No, I forgot. One of the white men she married. So cause what it was. Jamal mama, I'm sorry, I changed subject. Jamal mama was got on crack, or got sick, or died of AIDS, something like that. And she told her that his dad was white. Alec didn't want to talk to her. He felt bad. He wanted to get his child back. And one time Jamal acted the fool. So Alec, the white dad, was mad at him and said, I should whip him his neck. And so Terrence, I forget why, Terrence's mama was in the bed, in the hospital bed because she was sick. And she said, oh, no, we don't believe whipping. I never whipped Terrence's neck. See, I was so glad they broke that stereotype. Thank you for Miss Nixon, Agnes Nixon. She broke that stereotype. Because the sister said she never whipped Terrence. This name she don't let Alex whip. I forget that spring. Sure did I forget watching this back in 1994. Okay, my point is, okay. But I wanted to play, if they had a a dark chocolate brother to play Jamal. Okay, well, if Ted Martin had a partial black child, son, I didn't mind playing the role too. He got a dark chocolate brother player, Alex son. Okay, got dog, let's call it like it is. Okay, all of us got white DNA down the family tree, so what does it matter? Okay, and the point is, I support their sister playing Roseanne's grandchild. Anyway. Shout out to that dog skin sister. Go ahead and play Roseanne's grandchild. I don't like Roseanne Barr because she a transport and racist too, but call like it is. Call like it is. Anyway, to educate these people. Now, anyway, point is, okay. So, anyway, but yeah, we will, you know what I'm saying? I want, you know what I'm saying? So, therefore, we learn this behavior from the media. You see people out of wedlock, have white folks having children out of wedlock, having all these affairs on TV, and we got influence of that too. Then, you know what I'm saying? And remember, there was times that people say that brother will go to white girls, and I'm saying all white women. Brothers and other men of color, so Latinos, will go with white girls because if they saw a porno of a white woman doing something, they think all white women would give blowjobs and this and that. I don't forget hearing this stuff. I say y'all stereotype don't be doing that, and sisters don't do that. Superhead proved y'all wrong because Superhead, well, she is mixed with white, but she was Hispanic as well and black. Thank you. Okay, therefore Superhead proved y'all wrong. And the point is, Superhead Kareem Stafford reinvest, she proved y'all wrong. So anyway, point is that I don't forget hearing that type of stuff growing up as a child. So before you say anything about mental retardation, this culture in the United States is mental retardation. If a mental retardation ever since Plymouth Rock, Plymouth Rock landing on this thing, okay? I mean, the ship, the Mayflower should hit Plymouth Rock, okay? So before you start saying anything, this whole American culture has been distorted ever since then. Distorted of the Bible, and slavery would happen, and we had our people transcending this mess to. That's why I don't always listen to older people because if they speaking from a slave mentality voice, I can't listen to that. I'm trying to go against, trying to be the victor of the victory and not longer a victim anymore, if you know what I'm saying. So that's the whole reason why that I call it like an ill. But before you say anything about mental retardation, yeah, I'm bipolar type 1. If I didn't come up with that mess, I'm going to be bipolar type 1. Your behind is mentally retarded. Retarded, okay? And that's all I gotta say. But you need to dissect what you're saying first before you make an argument about babies out there, because you need to tell these brothers to stop teaching their sons to go out because they afraid their son turn gay. They don't have sex before marriage. That's the whole reason why. Okay? They telling their sons to go have sex before they get married because they will not turn gay. Like there's people who married and also to have different baby mamas and on the down low and having sex to thank you and do bisexual things. Richard Pryor was married to a white wife and she had a car out that she would have sex with. My brother was married to a woman too and he had sex with me too. Come on now. Yeah, this ain't nothing new. Shoots. I get tired of y'all all that mess, this stereotype and stuff. So I'm just thinking, yeah, for real, you got dudes who go to jail and still had sex with another dude. The booty boy probably had a baby mamas and everything too. God dog, y'all be stereotyping a lot of things up here. That gets on my nerves. So I stereotype people. Shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget that you have people open, how these men of different races, white men and brothers and they was on about men who were married, who were gay, had children and everything. That debunk ever are right there. These dudes having sex, you know what I'm saying? And I know people that I have met who are older, who about your age, who was in that YMCA mess and they was having sex with women at the same dang on time. So I for real. Shoes. Yeah, for real. You have people have sex. You think the dudes who say that someone is faggot. You don't think 9 10 they out there having sex with a dude and then go have sex with a woman? Thank you. Why do you think all that HIV come in? Shows. And it's not in it's not about because someone's being bisexual. It's because people have regular sex and they're not protecting themselves. They're not being responsible with themselves. And then you have cheating, deception at the same time. And you have folks who's ignorant to stereotypes. Stereotypes can kill you. If that sister back in the day who have HIV did not know that masculine does not call someone straight and feminine does not call a man gay and look at people as individuals, she probably be alive. They did not say at the beginning people suffer of a lack of knowledge. I hope you realize that. So before you start about wedlock, a lot of, on Teen Mom, the only minority you see on Teen Mom is him because her dad is Syra, which is Middle Eastern and Italian. He's mixed and she's mixed. She don't like her white blonde blue eyed mama. Okay. Who you see on Fair Aid, on Teen Mom? White girls having kids out there, like white girls on Teen Mom, white girls. White girls. So like Mighty Casey used to be on BT night. Be uncut, excuse me. Y'all know that mulatto don't go away. Shout out to Mighty Casey. Julie too. White girls. It was said making mulattoes. He said have listen mulatto and making some mulattoes. I used to watch that video on BT on Cut. But that's, you know what I'm saying? See, just like BT, we didn't have that sex stuff until they started seeing MTV having sex stuff. And it was influenced they put BT because if the white folks can do it, we can do it too. Okay? So before y'all get on my nerve about all that, and who, on what's that? Snoop Dogg left Joe Francis, Joe Francis Girls Gone Wild. Who do you mostly see on Girls Go Wild? White girls doing thank you. They try to get minority. They had, and I think that Joe Francis is a culture vulture because they had hip hop honeys. See, I watched, we were watching BET come before Joe Francis. They had hip hop honeys. They had African American girls, Hispanic girls, women of color, exotic, dog like, doing all the stuff you see on Girls Gone Wild. Okay, it blow up because they had white girls to be marketable, call like it is. But when hip hop honeys, see, y'all be like, dang, Zach, you know all the stuff. When hip hop honeys would be on late at night, not the infomercial, but the advertising for hip hop honeys, all these different women of color, African American, Hispanic, whatever, Puerto Rican, Mexican, whatever. Okay, you know, Dominican and dog light and Jamaican, whatever, and they would kiss and make out and they take their bra off and everything else. Okay, I think Joe Francis stole that idea. That's when he put white women on there, and that's when you got all. And they went to college, so they didn't go to the trailer park. Okay, they went to college, prestigious areas. So before you say anything about children, or do you think them white girls that was out there getting drunk and taking their clothes out, they ain't no teen moms either? They were no moms, there were no moms in. Okay, no single parent household. Are they married to them? Are they married? Can you make a story about that too? Please get your argument straight, bro. Get your argument straight first. Get your argument straight first before that. But I had to call it like it is. Okay. Anyway, y'all have a nice day.